Hi, so I am going to be starting, I started, this is my first week, the 12-week year. I've done it before, and a part of the book, the 12-week year, it talks about doing it with a group of people, and I've tried that, and it was really helpful. This time I'm just randomly starting it. I went to a doctor's appointment like a week ago, exactly a week ago. And, we had a really good conversation. And I decided to restart trying this because there's a lot of things that I want to do for my health that I haven't been able to be consistent about. And so I just want to document my check ins as a way to hold accountability for myself and also to just have a way to like look back on progress. So I haven't, I think the last time I did it, I was a lot more organized and I wrote down like my big goals, my small goals. There's a lot of terms in the book that it has you break it down. This time I'm just being a little bit more like informal, I guess, about the process. And I have things in my mind that I want to accomplish, and maybe at some point I'll write it down. But as of right now, I just have it in my head because it's really simple. Um, I want to improve my health, and the two goals that I have for this 12-week year is to drink more water. My goal is to I have a water bottle in front of me, and I just want to be able to drink about 4 of those per day. And it doesn't have the amount of ounces on it, so that would be helpful to know. Um, it was like a work gift, so it just has like the company's name on it. So I don't know how many ounces it is, but I want to drink one in the morning, one before I go to work because I work in the afternoon, one when I get off, and then like right before bed. So I believe in my mind that that's like a really good way to keep myself hydrated throughout the day. And so the first 4 weeks, since it's 4, 8, 12, the first 4 weeks, I'm going to focus on getting those first 2 bottles in the morning and before work. So this week I was really focused on um, the morning bottle. So I do drink more than that right now during the day, but I'm telling myself like as long as I get that morning one, anything extra is just extra, but I'm trying to be really consistent about the morning bottle. And so far this week, I've been pretty consistent about that morning bottle. And then throughout the day, I get thirsty and I drink more. Um, my next step next week, so this is the end of the first week today. My next step is that I'm gonna, for next week, really try to focus on that second bottle. Like making sure I start at some point before it's time for me to leave from work, because sometimes I'm like really mindful about the water I'm drinking because I don't want to like get on the highway and have to use the bathroom. So I have to be like mindful to time it before maybe an hour and a half before it's time for me to go to work. So that's going to be my next goal. And then that third week, I'm going to focus on adding in that third bottle. And then the fourth week will be that fourth bottle. So that's my goal over the next few weeks. So far, I have noticed a difference in just like going to the bathroom more often, which has been a deterrent in the past because of the type of work that I do. Can be really difficult if I have to use the bathroom all the time. But I don't want to let that stop me because I have to be able to take care of myself so that I can take care of other people. Because I work in the healthcare field. So that's just something that I want to do for myself, so that my goal of drinking those 4 bottles of water, and then the second goal was to move more to a plant-based diet. So Um, since I have moved to where I live, I've really been struggling with asthma, and so just allergies in general, because it's more less of a city type of place, and so um, I've been struggling with that mostly like in the winter. So like we're going into winter months, so I'm noticing that I'm having to use my asthma pump a little more often. Um, and I'm pretty active. Like I work out on a consistent basis, so I'm not going to be making um and I've been really consistent with that for years. So um I'm not going to be making any fitness goals because at this point it's just like a part of my lifestyle. Um Maybe in the future I might like focus on some like fitness stuff, like as far as like working out, like things that I want to accomplish, or maybe like different weights that I might want to increase to. But as of right now, the fact that I'm like super active is good enough for me. It's really more so my diet that's more of an issue. And so that's really what I want to accomplish over these 12 weeks. And so I talk about the water goal, and right now, I don't know if I said this already, but my goal for my diet is to move to a more plant-based diet. The nurse that I met with a week ago, um, she suggested a few things because she said that it might even help with the asthma if I'm eating more anti-inflammatory foods. And she sent me this long list. I haven't really looked at it, so maybe like this week I've really just been focusing on adding more vegetables to my diet, and I've done a lot of vegetarian or even vegan no vegetarian meals. I'm like, what did I add to it? But yeah, vegetarian meals a couple times, and I do notice a difference in how I'm feeling like when I do eat more of like the plant-based diet. I think where I've struggled in the past is that I wasn't eating enough, and then I was still really hungry, and then or maybe I wasn't eating enough like fiber foods, because that was something else that she talked about. And I feel like I added squash to my meals, and that really helped me feel more full. um I do I haven't noticed like a huge change in my energy level, um but I'm hoping everything else, I'm gonna just keep it as is. I'm not gonna like restrict myself. I'm not like, I think my biggest problem is probably snacking. And then sometimes I do drink a lot of coffee depending. So my hope is that with me changing my food and water intake, that will just decrease the cravings that I'm having for things like coffee and snacks and ice cream and stuff like that. So I do notice just in general, so like I've been making like diet changes for the past, it's been 4 months, for the past 4 months. And so I do already notice a difference. I just haven't been like what I was focusing on for 4 months was my portion size. And so I noticed a difference in that, like, I don't feel like I need to eat as much food. I think the problem is that where I work, there's a lot of snacks around. And so a lot of people bring us snacks. And so it's there. So it's sometimes really hard, especially if I get like bored at work. Sometimes it can be really hard to not just grab something because it's like right there. So I'm hoping that if I'm including more foods with fiber, maybe I'll be more full, less likely to, reach for whatever they have at the office. So that's where I'm at. Today, so one good thing about like the last 4 months, because I've been doing like the portion control, is that I've gotten really good with like meal prepping. and it doesn't feel as overwhelming. I'll just make like a big pot of food and then split it up into like these smaller containers. So I have like 1 cup containers, 2 cup containers, and then I have like another containers that I'm not sure what their capacity is, but they're probably like closer to like 3 cups, but I don't fill it up. I just fill up like a portion of it, so probably like 2 cups of it. And the meals right now that I'm doing are all vegetables and like beans. So I know that I still want to be mindful of like how much I'm eating, but they're low calories, so it is less concerning if I'm eating, for me. And maybe I'll talk with my nurse about that the next time I speak to her. So that's where I'm at. And I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing right now with the water and then with the food. And with increasing the like vegetable dense meals, I'd like to see over the next week. I'm just gonna focus on that because I know it's like healthy choices, and then you know, just being mindful and looking to see like how does that impact like my snacking and my tendency to like reach for like what's in sight. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I will make another video next week, at the end of my week next week, and I'm gonna try to stay consistent over the next 12 weeks and see where we get.